Welcome to Go Math Lesson 4.3. Today we did not just use the book, we also used some other materials in class, and so I've added this post-it note over here to give you some more information. Today's whole lesson was building on yesterday. Yesterday we learned how to divide by partitioning, and today we are learning how to interpret the remainder. There are four ways right now that we can interpret the remainder. We can use the remainder itself, we can ignore the remainder and just look at the whole quotient. We can add 1 to the quotient by rounding up, or we can share our remainder. If we take a look at a couple problems here, let's take a look at number 3. Ed carves 22 small wooden animals to sell at the craft fair. He displays them in rows with 4 animals in a row. How many animals will not be in equal rows? If we just look at the question, how many animals will not be in equal rows, that leads us to believe that we are going to be using only the remainder, this one here. Let's draw a little picture so it sinks in our mind. So we are going to put them in rows of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have 22. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and then we would have just the 2 left over. We wouldn't have enough to make a full row. So since it asks how many will not be in the equal rows, we are just using the remainder for our answer. So our remainder is 2, so 2 animals will not be in the equal rows. If we look at number 4, it says Myra has a 17-foot roll of crepe paper to make 8 streamers to decorate for a party. How long will each streamer be if she cuts the roll into equal pieces? So the way this question reads, I'm not going to have any little pieces that I'll cut off and throw away. I'm going to be here sharing the remainder with each of my 8 pieces. So if I take 8 circles, because I'm making 8 streamers, and I partition out the 17, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, I would have 1 left over. So my first answer would be 2 remainder 1. Now I wouldn't say I need remainder 1 foot. That doesn't make sense. So I'm going to end up with 2 whole feet, and in this instance the way we share our remainder is we are going to give 1/8 to everyone. So 1 1/8, and the 8 comes from the 8 streamers. Okay, so they would each get 1/8, 2 1/8 feet. So this time we shared the remainder and we put it in a fraction to share. And fractions would be used if I am sharing something out and having to break something apart, like a candy bar, or we used ribbon today, or borders around a bulletin board. Let's take a look at this next question, number 5. Juan has a piano recital next month. Last week he practiced for 15 hours in all. Each practice session is 2 hours long. How many full practice sessions does Juan complete? So the question is, how many full practice sessions? So I will not care about the remainder, so I'm just going to ignore the remainder when I finish this. So I have each being 2 hours long, so this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, I would have a remainder of 1 hanging out left over. I can't make another group of 2. So if I look at how many full practice sessions, I'm going to ignore the remainder and say there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 complete practice sessions. Now, I suggest that all of the students do the division. They can even write the answer and then really look at this last part, this question at the end. This will guide them towards looking at, am I using only the remainder? Am I looking for what's left over? Or am I ignoring the remainder, looking for how many full things or full groups? Or, like this one, we didn't have an example, but if I was putting students on a bus and I had filled 3 buses, but I still had a couple kids left over, I'd have to get a 4th bus, so I'm adding 1 to my quotient. And we did the share the remainder, and that's where we came up with the fraction, because we had to split what was left evenly with everyone, so they would only get a fraction of what was left. I hope this helps.